President Trump is set to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin later this morning in Germany. It is his first sit-down with the Russian leader. Let's bring in Paul Bonicelli. He's the Director of Programs at the Action Institute and a former foreign policy advisor to President George W. Bush. Good to see you, Paul.
Hi there.
Do you think the president will raise the issue of Moscow's meddling in the U.S. election? He spoke about it a little bit in Poland. He seemed to soft pedal it, but now the world, in particular Europe, is watching. Do you think he's going to raise that issue?
Yes, I do. I think for a couple of reasons. One, it just makes perfect sense to raise it. He's already acknowledged that the Russians have likely played a role. There's no reason why he wouldn't do that in private. But also, people have started this theory a while back. The Democrats pushed it especially, that President Trump wants such a relationship with Russia that he'll do anything to get it. That's his predecessor. President Trump pushes America's interests first. If he believes that the Russians have been aggressive in any way, Crimea, the rest of Ukraine, Syria, whatever, including our elections, he's going to say so. So I don't doubt he's going to say that. I don't think he's going to curse him out and start a fist fight with him, as some suggest that he has to do to be tough. He already did that yesterday, and he did that when he bombed the Syrians and showed Russia that America is leading again.
Well, you know, we've seen some statements from lawmakers here in the U.S. that are worried that the president isn't going to be tough enough on Vladimir Putin, and there's going to be just a small amount of people in the room. But if you listen to that speech yesterday in Poland that the president gave, he did say that he wanted them to stop destabilizing activities in Ukraine and elsewhere. How do you think that Vladimir Putin's going to take that?
You know, these are, especially the first time they're meeting like this, I think that they are going to exchange pleasantries, they're going to have a good meeting, and then they're each going to make their tougher points, not designed to have a kitchen cabinet debate like, you know, President Nixon and Nikita Khrushchev, but they're going to try to set the stage for each other's future conversations. So they're each going to say something that is considered tough or not what the other side wants to hear, but I don't expect a lot of drama out of it because it is their first meeting.
Paul,
the drama was yesterday when the president made a very tough speech.
Paul, as we look at the optics of all of this, you know, Putin is a former spy. He's dealt with past U.S. presidents. President Trump is relatively new to this game. How do you think the psychology element will play out? Has Donald Trump been prepped? What do you know?
Yeah, I think that, well, he's definitely been prepped. But, you know, Donald Trump has been around. He may not have been a KGB spy, but he's done real estate in New York City, so that's not child's play. He's used to sizing up people. He's used to trying to get his way in a deal. That's what business negotiators do. So I'm not expecting either man is intimidated by the other person, and I don't think that they expect to sit down and go over a gigantic list of things to work out. That's not what the meeting is about. Like I said, what President Trump did yesterday in his speech in Poland and what he's done over the last few months, such as bombing Russia's allies in Syria, is making very clear where he comes from and where he intends to go. So I think that's the kind of meeting they'll have.
Before we let you go, though, I'm curious, what do you make of the fact that some of the Trump's aides actually wanted Fiona Hill to be in the room? And at this point, we're not getting any reporting that says she's going to be there. She is the National Security Council Senior Director for Europe and Russia. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to understand what kind of machinations were behind the scenes for anybody else to be there. The most important thing is for the two to have this meeting. Obviously, there'll be translators. It needs to be a small meeting because you're not going to have any kind of real substance in their first meeting like this. So just basically the two meeting.
Paul Bonicelli, thank you.